This video is not easy to make, and I actually had to read this article several times because I didn't want to believe it. But this is real, the numbers are legit, and we currently, in Canada, already to the start of 2025, issued over 800,000 study and work permits. And here's the sad reality of it all. Gen Z right now is facing the worst youth unemployment rate in decades. And in Alberta, 1 out of every 5 youths can't get a job. And I knew this was because of immigration, and thankfully BMO said the exact same thing, and they did a study that states that the jobless rate is fueled by student immigration. We have this massive surge, and we're only hurting ourselves. And here's the kicker. In the first 3 months of 2025, Canada approved nearly 1 million temporary resident applications and extensions. In addition, Canada's 2025 to 2027 immigration plan has these numbers as their targets, meaning they're not slowing down. Things are only going to get worse. So when the Liberal government talks about reducing the numbers of immigration, reducing the numbers of temporary workers, that's what the reduction looks like. To about 500,000 or 600,000. We're already at 800,000 this year. New approved extensions. If your kid can't get a job, if you're worried about your youth, like I am for mine, and you're concerned about how much our country has changed, because this also affects healthcare, it affects crime. These are all things that are factually verifiably true. You need to take a stand, use your voice, and contact your member of parliament, especially if they're a Liberal member of parliament. They need to understand that this is unsustainable. And Pierre Poilievre is right. He says we need negative immigration and we need to have our population numbers decrease so we can start putting Canadians first. Because this is not a Canada first policy. Canada can't afford this right now. Our youth can't afford it right now. Our economy cannot sustain this. It's going to hurt one group and one group the most. And that group are Canadians. This needs to end.
I want to start my commentary by first and foremost giving Gen Zs a lot of credit. Honestly, I starting to love them a lot more than I did last year. And being said, my kids are Gen Zs, obviously. And other than my kids and a few other people, like I used to not talk down on Gen Zs, but I was just like, man, what are these young people? They're crazy. But then I look at the last election and more Gen Zs voted for conservative than any other group. And this year, stats have come out in North America, more and more Gen Zs are going to church. And in the US, Gen Zs are the biggest age group in church. And I gotta say props to them because they know they want truth. And this isn't about church, obviously. This is about youth unemployment because they're going through stuff. I hope you if you missed the beginning of this video, you go and check it out. It said youth unemployment is the worst in decades. Not 2 years, not 5 years, not 10 years, decades. Meaning that it's at least 20 years has been this bad. They can't find a job. Shame once again, and I've said this before, on boomers who voted for the Liberal government because of the man down south that was rent-free in your head. That ain't got nothing to do with this country right now, other than tariffs. But we got bigger issues at stake. We got already 800,000 more people in Canada in 2025. More people, less jobs. Your youth can't find a job. Look, my daughter had a job at a summer camp, and let me tell you that now I'm looking at it now, it's just like, wow, that was a gem. That was a gem because many kids go through the summer not working. Many kids are begging their parents for money because they got none. Because they have all this free time, but they can't go out, they can't get a job because people my age and older have these jobs. No jobs available. And shame once again on Gen Zs and millennials who told your kids to vote Liberal because of the man down south. And now they're sitting there with no job. And if you're a Gen Z and you voted Liberal, just a question for you. Did you do it because you already have a good job? I'm sure there's other reasons as well. But is there any influence? Like, I don't know. If you're a Gen Z and you voted Liberal, man, put in the comments. Just let me know, all right? But here's the thing. Parents, I'm talking to you now. Don't be crying to your friends and family when you hear news that your daughter or son is doing OnlyFans. to get more money, because that's what it's heading to now. If these people can't find jobs, if the Gen Zs can't find jobs, if our future can't find jobs. I'm not saying they're all gonna go to OnlyFans, but I'm saying obviously the way OnlyFans pays is more enticing to these youth because they got no money, and we got a problem in this country, and something needs to be done about it. Not every youth wants to do content creation, and not every youth can blow up once they start doing videos. You know how much kids are doing videos now? They all want to blow up, and some do. But it does take a while to make money. You can't make money instantly. So, and like I said, I'm not saying anything brand new here, but something needs to be done. We have to go through a period where we gotta fix this immigration in Canada. That's what we gotta do. Look, in the U.S. they have something called E2 visa, where if you want to come into the country, you gotta open up a business, and you have to hire Americans, and you got to get approved. We need to start doing that, right? We need to have people that they need to have these kind of visas where if you're coming into this country, you got to open up a business and hire Canadian citizens. And I know how that's gonna go. Some people will come and hire citizens, and of course it'll be everybody from their own country. But needless to say, the rules got to be tighter because this is beyond ridiculous. I don't know what the future is in store for my kids. Canada is in economic hell, and it is no recovery anytime soon. You've seen the numbers, you've seen the stats. I don't have to say it again. You can just rewind this video and watch it again. I want to know your thoughts. Like, what plans do you have for your youth moving forward? And if you are optimistic about the future, tell me why about Canada's future. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Born with Purpose. Until the next video, man, I'm out. God bless. Peace.